So I come down and I continue. The kidneys are here below the diaphragm. How do I know it's the diaphragm? Well, if I come into the ribs, they have a little more give. And where I find that line here, where there's a little more resistance, that's where the diaphragm is attaching to the inside of the thoracic cage. So down below that, I know the liver's on the right side, stomach's on the left side, kidneys are below that. Get a sense of the kidneys. Is there a lack of movement or good movement on both sides? One thing I'd point out is on the left side here, I don't know if it's easy to see, but there's a little more muscle tension here on the left. It's just as I come down, there's a little more muscle tension on the left. So often, not only is that representing muscle tone, which it clearly is, but sometimes that's actually showing us spinal rotation as well. So we can kind of even get a general test. So this is closer to me, posterior, right? So it would be rotated to the left. And indeed, as I put a little more pressure through the muscle and into where the transverse processes of the spine would be, you feel the rotation here. So, and again, when I push on the transverse processes here to rotate to the right, that's not as easy as this. And that is the beginning of the concept of direct and indirect testing, and direct and indirect, even we go into direct and indirect treatment, right? So if I'm going to attempt to move this and just hold this here, let's say in a myofascial release, and I'm going to take this to the right, that's a direct way of doing it. If I go the other way, the direction of ease, and that's called an indirect, right? We're going indirect with the body. I'm not going into the restrictive pattern. An interesting point on that is when we go into actually, can we pause for a second?